Hey guys, it's Chris here, coming to you live from the Enchanted Model Car Garage. And there's that picture of the girl I promised you. And wanted to share with you my 1950 Chevy build. You know, I've been documenting this for you guys. So here she is mocked up. I think the last time I shared it with you guys, you saw the frame. Last night I got the bed squirted in the light tan. I'm going to do wood grain. And read an article, kind of learned how to do that, so I'm going to practice with it. As you can see, that's how she sits right there, fellas. That's on the four-wheel drive chassis that I built. This truck started life as that Texaco model in the back, 1950 Chevy, two-wheel drive, 1-ton. So what did we do to it? Well, the first thing we did, let's go in here and take a closer look. Alright, so the first thing I did, guys, on the back here you can see the axle. I put the axle on top of the leaf springs, as you can see there. You can see all the detail. Then we added a transfer case. Did a little model kit bashing there. You can also see the detail work on the transfer case. From there, what we did is we decided to, I decided to build this front axle, make it four-wheel drive. So I used the stock leaf springs, as you can see. I took the axle out of another 3100 kit, AMT kit, and I cut it. And I lengthened it on one side, shortened on the other, so that it would be proportionate on the four-wheel drive axle. Again, if you Google Napco 4x4, you'll see, guys, that is a true conversion that was done back in the day. A guy could take his truck to the dealer. He'd roll in. He would get a transfer case, a front axle. They'd bolt it on, and he'd be out that afternoon. So in keeping with my build, the tow truck, I thought it'd really be cool to do a V8 engine. So what did I do? I took a V8 out of the same period correct vehicle, a 1950 Chevy. I used the rocket engine. I thought that'd be cool. I thought that's what a gearhead would do back in the day. Alright, so now if you look on here, there's that engine. There she is in all her glory, the V8. I've plumbed it. Now the one thing to note here, and I kind of mentioned this before, when you set this in the chassis, your manifold, usually they're sitting right here and it was hitting that frame rail. Alright, I'll try and get in there and see if I can get a better zoom in on that for you guys. Sorry about that, fellas, a little blurry. So what I had to do, of course I had these glued on when I sat it down in the chassis. So then what I did is I cut it, I sanded a little bit, relocated them back here and glued them back on, and I did that on both sides. Okay, now, like I said, I don't have spark plug wires on here yet. I will be adding them. I cut the transmission off of the original inline 6, put it back on this engine because I do want to keep with the manual tranny. Now the tranny is not molded really correctly because back in 1950 they would have had a Muncie SM420, and the SM420 had a half moon bulge on the driver's side of the transmission. Okay, so but either way it is a manual tranny, and that's what I wanted, so that's what I kept. You can see the engine is all done in a the base coat, the color is the Deja Blue from Testers. I then detailed everything out. I painted the heads in aluminum, basically like a performance head, aluminum intake. Reworked those manifolds, like I told you. I painted the carburetor in a Testers, kind of a gold, if you will. Also detailed out the generator, the fans done in silver. All the pulleys are done in aluminum. Everything else is done in a gloss blue. The frame, like I told you guys, is done in a hammerite black. The transfer case was done in an aluminum paint. I looked for a long time trying to find a cast iron color, and I couldn't find anything. Went to the guys down at the hobby store and asked them about it, and they suggested I try Micromark. Well, in the process, I discovered that if I use flat black paint and then I go over that with a Model Master stainless steel for airbrushing, it almost gives you that that cast iron look that I was going for. So that's kind of what I do now, but it was too late at this time. I'd already hung the transfer case and mounted it. Drive shaft I had to make. All I did was took the factory drive shaft and cut it down, and then did some Bondo work and sanded it smooth and put it in. Again, you can see where I've detailed all my bolt heads. Got all that taken care of. You can see the PTO cover on that transfer case. Just in case anybody wondering, that is a period correct. That'd be a 205 transfer case. Oop, sorry guys, let me back out of there. As you can see, I've done the wheels in a white lightning testers. I then took the chrome ring and did those in transparent blue, and then put the chrome cap on it. So once I get everything hung, it's going to look real sexy. You'll see. There's how she looks, guys, right there with the sitting on the 4-wheel drive frame that we custom did. I hope you like that. I hope you can see it okay. She's really turning out nice. Now, the one thing to note that I'm going to do on this bed, in the article in which I read, it tells you to paint this a sand color. So for the sand color, what I chose was a Krylon Color Master. I bought that last night. It's in an almond. Bought that at the local Walmart. Then what you do is you take oil paints from the hobby store, and you'll take a red brown oil paint, you'll dab on here, and you'll rub it along the plank. You let it flash dry just briefly, and then you take a tissue paper and you wipe the excess off, which kind of stains that, if you will. Then when you're done with that, you take a dark Inca brown and just put little dots, and then you take a stiff brush and you guide along through there, and that helps with the wood grain. And then once you're done with that, you let it sit overnight, and then you clear coat the whole thing and you're done. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that. My rails are going to be done in gold, and then my bolt heads are going to be done in chrome. So I think that's going to be really, really cool when we get it done. It's almost going to look like a brass, if you will. I'm working on that today. I've got the rest of the bed in primer right now. By the end of the day, I should have it painted in Deja Blue, and the fenders done in the metallic silver from Testers, all lacquer base. And then I'll start working on the truck. Now I've already sanded the seam lines on the fenders. There were some casting seam marks up on the roof around these windows. I've already cleaned all that. You'll notice right down here, what I got to do is I've got it glued. I've got to fill those marks with Bondo and sand and smooth everything and form it into that cab so it's seamless. And I've got to do the same with these front corners. I need to Bondo those, sand them, and I'll have that taken care of. So anyway, guys, that's kind of what I'm working on. This is my main project. And then, of course, you know that AMT Freightliner Western truck I'm working on. I'll post another video later of it. This one right here has really captured a lot of my attention. You know, when you get these things in a roller chassis, I kind of get impatient, just want to throw the body on. So I get excited because I can see the finished product and it's matching what's in my mind. So it's really cool. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy this. And give me the feedback. Rate, subscribe, comment, send your family, send your friends. And I welcome everybody, and I welcome all the comments. And I look forward to it. So let me know what you guys think, and we'll go from there. Thanks for watching my video, guys, and you have a good day. Thank you.